Greetings. You have your ticket? You don't have one? No problem, my friend. Just hit the subscription button below and come on in. Hey guys, I have a very, very important message to you guys, for you guys today. I'm sorry. And I want you to listen very, very carefully, especially copper colored Hebrew Israelite, so called African American black people. And for the broader audience, if you want to listen into this, because maybe you'll learn something that you didn't know as well, because I didn't know anything about this until recently. But first, I want to start off with a short video, and I mean really short video, and I'll get right to the point, promise you. And if you stay with me, I guarantee you're going to learn something that you did not know today. Okay? Well, first of all, let me start. And thanks again to my brother Dennis Mendez. Very effective brother. You know, I really appreciate him sharing information. He probably needs to start his own YouTube platform because, you know, he's very astute and he's typically on top of the latest information and news. So Dennis Mendez, again, thank you very much, you know, for sharing this video with me. Okay? Check this out, guys.
The impact these adoptive parents are having on their kids is phenomenal, but they're not familiar with the hair. I saw that this might be something where I can empower them. My name is Tamika Swint from Chicago, Illinois, and I teach hair care for transracial families. Hair is important for African American kids because your hair is your crown. When you feel good about how you look, that propels you into the world as a productive citizen. Transracial adoptive families need that education. I see a mom feel like there's no hope here. She has an environment of support. There are a few tears, but we work through the tears so it becomes a regular routine. It's been a struggle financially, but whatever sacrifice that it requires is what we do. This is about giving the kids what they need so that they can feel beautiful.
Now I'm going to stop right there. Now that all sounds pretty damn impressive. You know, you have to say, man, what a great, you know, program, and, you know, and to help transitional parents. I guess that's the right word. I should call it trans something parents. In essence, you know, parents who adopt, you know, copper color, you know, children. And of course, in the video, you see them talking about the difficulty, you know, of combing their hair and things of that nature. A bigger question would be, you know, why aren't so-called black parents adopting black children, right? I mean, because we've been told that, well, the reason they don't adopt the children or adopt those children is because, for the most part, you know, they don't care or they're on drugs or whatever. But if you've been following anything along the opioid situation, you know right now with the opioid epidemic and what particular ethnic group that's really getting hit the hardest between opioids and meth. Well, we know that's not, you know, the so-called African American community. But again, I digress right there. But here is something that I did not know, and now I'm wondering if you knew anything about this. How many guys are familiar with a program called the Center for Inclusive Child Care? The Center for Inclusive Child Care. Now let me tell you about the Center of Inclusive Child Care. This is a California evidence-based clearinghouse program that was designed to help, supposedly, you know, parents adjust, you know, to children. Well, inside of this clearinghouse program, or again, the Center for Inclusive Childcare, CICC, look it up when you get a chance. There's a program called Effective Black Parenting Program. You heard me right. Effective Black Parenting Program. And what this program implies is that, well, let me read it to you, okay? But I guess I need to give you the cover story. If you're a parent, of a copper color parent, or so-called African American black parent, for you to adopt children, you have to go through a particular program. And that program is called the EBPP, Effective Black Parenting Program. Now, of course, as I just mentioned to you before, a moment ago, the Center for Inclusive Childcare, CICC, created this program. And here's how this program works, okay? So if you want to adopt a kid, this is what they're implying, this is what they're saying in order for you to qualify as a black parent. And I'm going to use black so I don't have to keep going all around. You guys know what I mean by that, right? But if you're a black parent, it's mandatory that you go through this program, okay? And in that mandatory aspect of this program, here it goes, okay? CIC Effective Black Parenting Program, okay? And it says this. Here's a program overview. The EBPP is a parenting skill building program created specifically for parents of African American children. It was originally designed by a 15-session program to be used with small groups of parents. A one-day seminar version of the program for large numbers of parents has been created. EBPP is disseminated via instructor training workshops conducted nationwide. Okay? CICC's Effective Black Parenting Program, here it goes. It says, a parent training program that addresses behavior problems in children and adolescents, prevention of child abuse and neglect. Okay, then it goes on to prevent the mistreatment of children, prevent and treat children behavior disorder, promote cultural pride, prevent and treat children and parent substance abuse, improve child school behavior, strengthen family cohesion, cope better with racism and prejudice, avoid culture, self-disparagement, and teach tolerance. Now here it is, you have a government-sponsored, state government-sponsored program, and many states have this program, and what they're implying is that black parents or potential adoptive parents do not qualify, or they don't have the disposition, the proper disposition to raise and take care of the children. So they have to teach them not to be violent to a child, not to talk harsh to a child, how to give a child love, how to create a safe environment for a child, etc., etc., etc. Now, you think about this. If you have the compassion in your heart to open up your heart for a child, and yet you're told that, well, before, now you meet every other criteria. You know, your home is safe, you have a great job, you have the economic base, you don't have a criminal record, anything like that, but it's still mandatory if you're a black parent wanting to adopt children that you have to go through that program. Now, there's no program like that for white parents or Asian parents or any other parents, specifically for black parents. Now, if you're a person of color with any kind of self-worth and dignity, of course you're going to shun that. You're going to look at them and say, are you kidding me? Are you telling me that, here it is, I want to open up my home for a child, but you're telling me in order for that child to feel safe in my home, I have to go to an instructor for you to train me how to treat and behave with a child? Black parents have been taking care of children, including white children, I might add, for centuries. Remember the movie The Help? Remember the little girl in The Help? Remember that movie? Viola Davis movie? And we can go on and on and on. With black parents that were taking care of breastfeeding white kids for centuries. But somehow or another, when it comes down to adopting black children, somehow our parents have to go through some special training to make sure they know how to conduct themselves around children. But yet this program does not exist for any other ethnic group but so-called black children. I.e., that's why you have the situation with the Hart children. You know, the two lesbian women who drove these 6 black kids off a cliff in Northern California and killed them all because they were mistreating those children, abusing those children. And when CPS came on the scene, rather than deal with their behavior, they just killed everybody, including themselves. Remember that story? You remember the story of the young man addressing the lady, bringing out the little kid in sub-freezing temperatures with no clothes on? Remember that story? We remember the story with Theon, what's her name? Charlize Theon, taking a little black boy and dressing him up as a girl because she claims at 4 years old, he told her he wants to be a girl. And we can go on and on with these stories. How is that not child abuse? If anybody needs to be going through some kind of program, it should be them in their treatment of children of color, copper-colored children, Aboriginal children, Hebrew Israelite children. But what an insult. What an insult. And what's really shocking to me is the outcry I have not heard. It's been quiet about that. Look it up. Effective Black Parenting Programs. In essence, again, if you're a parent of color and you want to adopt one of your beautiful little copper-colored babies, not only do you have to qualify in every area, financially, safe home, a non-criminal background, etc. But now you got to be trained on how to talk to a child, how to treat a child, how to help a child adapt to the cultural environment of this country. So I have to teach my child how to deal with racism and bigotry. Why don't you teach your damn children not to be racist and bigoted? Then I don't have to worry about teaching my child how to embrace your shit. How about that? But what an insult to us as a people that we have to be trained. Someone like myself who would make an excellent adoptive parent. But before I could adopt a child, even if it's a non-black child, I have to go through, how would they call it, cultural training, social training. There's another word that slips my mind. How to interact with a child. Because I don't know how to be kind. I don't know how to be positive. I don't know how to correct or discipline a child. So I have to go through some type of social awareness, some type of behavior, social sensitive training. Because somehow that beastly nature of mine is unfit to be an adoptive parent unless I go through some training. And I know some of you guys might think I'm over-exaggerating the fact. Okay, then if I'm over-exaggerating the fact, then goddamn it, they're definitely over-exaggerating the fact as well. Who puts in a program that's specifically for black parents and says that to be an effective black parent, you need to be trained? Like you some, again, wild animal that knows nothing about raising kids. Yeah, we've been raising children and creating cultures, the culture for how to love and embrace children of all ethnic groups for centuries. So when you look at the video and you see what these kids now having to go through all kind of crying pain because their parents don't know how to comb their hair. Are these children being turned into to girls who are boys and boys who are girls? These children who are being abused because they don't follow the so-called social norms, including embracing things that are not natural to the human culture. There's no social training for these individuals who enforce this stuff on our children. Or they come up, sign up, they get the kid. But if one of us want to come and get that child, oh, no, we got to make sure that you go through sensitive training. Because, we don't trust you with children. And what's even sadder is that we tolerate it. Where's the outcry? Where is the feeling of anger and bitterness about being disrespected as people of color in relationship to taking care of our children? And it's really sad and it's shameful. And I'm talking now to you copper color people. It's time for us to stand up and say enough is enough. Because you know what? A lot of these children that are in the hands of individuals who really want these children for trophies more than anything else. Not all of them, but a lot of them. A lot of these kids who fall in these people's hands are being abused and taken advantage of and being told because nobody loves you. Your own kind don't love you. And not told the truth. They make it so difficult for their kind to take them on that it almost becomes a place where it's an affront to adopt children who look just like you. And no other group is expected to do that but copper color, so-called black people in America. It's a disgrace, it's disrespectful, it's a lie, it's untrue. And as a parent of 3 children, it's bullshit. That's a flat out lie. We do know how to take, I'm not even going to justify that. Excuse me. I bow down to you, great parents of color. Y'all know what I'm talking about. And the other groups, you know what I'm talking about too. Because you know your children have never been safer in our hands and in our as caregivers. You know it. But these are the facts. That's why our children are going in the hands of all these vicious animals. Because they're making it extremely difficult, again, for us to take and adopt our own children unless we have to go through some government program, sponsor program, to tell us how to be decent towards a child. It's bullshit, and I just want you to know that it's out there. Look it up, research it for yourself. And I also want to thank Dr. White for bringing this to my attention as well. Okay? Peace. Love you guys. Talk to you later. DFG, Gideon's Flight.